Okay,
Wag
go.
na, wala namang may pakialam.
Correct.
Ayun nga lang, pag na-normalize na, may pahirapan
Pahirapan na. Hindi na kasya yung mga pants natin.
pahirapan mag
Are we live?
Yes, we are!
Oh my God! Hey guys! Teka, JCAS, i-ano muna natin siya, i-share natin siya sa Facebook ha. Kumusta guys? Kumusta?
Hello.
Oh my God.
Sa New York and New Jersey,
New York, New
Northeast.
Jersey.
Happy Sunday.
California, Pilipinas. Happy Sunday to everyone.
Sa Pilipinas is good morning.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. in the Philippines and it's 6 p.m. in California. So okay, since naka-live na tayo, let's share muna our this video and then we'll start. And we will introduce our special guest.
'Di ba nag-fur-coat ako ngayon kahit spring na? Kasi malamig, binuksan ko yung bintana malamig. Tsaka para hindi halatang hindi ako naliligo for 2 days na.
Oh my God, seryoso? Okay, go.
Baka nga more eh. Hindi ko na alam.
Do sa guest natin, Miss Beautiful. You can start sharing it na to your friends while i-introduce ka namin ha. Share it to your timeline, to your Facebook timeline. So anyways, kumusta? Hello, kumusta? Teka Bax, kumusta ka naman?
Eto.
Maganda pa rin?
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that because I can't.
Oo nga sorry. I miss you, Bax. Oh my God.
Pang
ilang weeks mo na to? Pang ilang weeks mo na to? Na quarantine?
Ano ka ba ano ba? Hindi, I lost count.
Kasi ako, mas earlier kami sa office.
Oo, so 5 na ba?
Kung sa akin na week 7 na. My God, it's so ang tagal. So anyways, guys, okay. Feel free to ask any questions sa guest namin tonight.
Kasi kung nakita nyo naman yung post namin kanina kung sino siya.
May idea na kayo kung sino ang aming guest. Special guest tonight.
Greetings sa mga friends niya ngayon at fans na nanonood.
Yes, oo. At saka, by the way, si Angel, she can't join us tonight. She's not feeling well, I know.
Yes.
Just could you nako. Angel, if you're watching, I'm sure you are. Feel better, be, and we'll be praying for you, okay? And
itong problema pagka nagpapahaba ng beard pala, hawak ka ng hawak sa face, medyo makati siya eh.
Hindi pwede. Tanggalin mo na kasi. Bagay naman.
Ano ka ba? Gusto ko eh. Meron naman akong alcohol, ayan no.
Sa bagay pang pakiliti, 'di ba? Kiliti. So anyways, okay. I-introduce na natin ang very special guest natin for tonight. Okay? So, intro muna ako. Teka, ano yan? Alcohol o sanitizer?
Alcohol.
Alcohol. Okay. So, introduce natin ang very special guest for tonight. She's actually one of the most popular singer. Teen pop yan eh. Teen pop idol. During the late 90s and early 2000. And then nawala na siya sa eksena. Nawala siya sa business.
May impact din siya.
Yes, oo.
May audience impact talaga siyang ginawa.
Correct, oo. You know why? Kaya may audience impact siya. Kasi until now, yung number 1 hit niya na she made it like so popular in the Philippines is the title of Kaba. Sige nga, kantahin mo. Hindi naman ako singer eh. Di na makatulog sa
gabi sa kaiisip.
Ano ba yan?
Ginawa ko yatang
Oo nga, parang rated R yung ginawa mo. So anyways, guys, okay. So marami na nag-aantay ha. We want to introduce to you our very special guest for tonight, Miss Tootsie Guevara! Ang ganda! Grabe! Parang hindi nagbago.
Oh my God.
Sasabihin ko sana blast from the past pero parang hindi naman ata nagtingnan mo.
Parang ang napapansin ko lang from the last I saw you is like you're blonde now. Pero ang face, excuse me, pareho pa din.
Oh my God!
Ay, salamat.
Ang ganda-ganda pa din. Grabe. Pero, bago tayo mag-start ng mga questions kasi kami ni JCAS, at I'm sure you guys feel free to ask any questions for Miss Tootsie Guevara sa live natin, Facebook live tayo ngayon. We want to say thank you to Marie. Marie, thank you kasi friend mo siya, di ba?
Oh yeah, Marie, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a very one of our content coordinator, contributor dito sa Overglasser 2. So, thank you for Marie for introducing Miss Tootsie. O, di ba? Alam ko lang na matagal ka na dito. Matagal ka na namin chinika. So, anyways, okay, kwentuhan na tayo. Nasaan ka ngayon?
Ano na? Sa bahay. Para maiba naman sa labas.
Bago pala tayo magkwentuhan, Miss Tootsie, meron ka bang drink dyan?
Meron. At
ayan.
mamaya pag dumilim.
Diba?
Cheers
muna tayo, ha?
So everybody, before we start, thank you. And ito po ang over
a glass or two.
A glass or two.
Yes.
Cling, cling,
cling. Cling, cling. So, okay.
Tagay.
Yes. Tagay. Okay. So, kwento muna tayo. So, syempre, gusto ko naman, mamaya you have to sing one song for us, ha? Yung pinasikat mong Kaba. My God! Alam mo, diba? Parang naging siya, no? Parang naging household name, household song in the whole Philippines for so many years. And until now, kasi they're still using that song, ha? In TV commercials, or sa mga radios until now. And nire-revive pa, ha? Nire-revive pa.
Girl, that's your legacy. Oh my
legacy
God.
Legacy mo yan sa Pilipinas.
I'm so that. Salamat din kay Tito Venny. Venny Saturno was the one that composed that song. So talagang very fortunate na siya talaga ang hit maker. Diba? Lahat ng hit songs ko, siya talaga ang behind those, behind the voice. siya ang gumawa ng mga, yung pasulyap-sulyap, besides Kaba, yung Mahal Ka Sa Akin, di ba? Oo. Tapos ni-revive ko din yung Mr. Cupido. Lahat kay Tito Venny yun.
Nice! Kaya nga, kumbagaan ba sa Tagalog yun? Isa kang alamat. Wow! Kasi marami ka talagang hit songs.
Alamat talaga.
Yes! You're one of the legend. Like, one of the most popular teen singers in the Philippines during that time. So, So, wait, nasan ka ngayon? Kasi ang ganda-ganda ng background mo, no?
Oo nga.
Pak, ang ganda.
Ganon.
Oo, nasan ka ngayon?
Sabi ko, nung nag-reach out kayo, nung nag-reach out nga si Marie, sabi ko, I reviewed your page. Sabi ko, where am I gonna do this in the house since everyone is indoor? So I thought, you know what, I'll just do it in the backyard. So it gives me a reason to go out. Yeah. Sayang nga, I don't know if you can see. My husband made the cabana. I don't know if you can see. He made that all.
Wow, ang social. I love it.
And then
parang
barbecue.
The barbecue.
Yeah.
And
then mamaya we'll turn on the fire pit. Yeah.
May fire.
Nice. Ang social.
Tunay na mayaman.
Yes.
Ay, ang sarap pakinggan.
Yes.
Wait lang. Pag-visit natin kay Marie, alam din natin kung saan tayo mag-barbecue.
Pupunta tayo sa backyard with Tootsie.
We'll do a post-corona party.
Exactly.
Post-COVID party.
You know what, nakakainggit no? Kasi sa California, imagine, lagi kayong mainit lagi dyan. Dito sa amin sa New York, New Jersey, talagang 4 season eh. So usually 3 months lang ang mainit sa amin. And then,
at saka, nakita mo pag naka-quarantine sila, pero parang nasa pool sila, they're lounging on the pool, may barbecue pit. Dito tayo sa New York, mas masikip dito, pasikipan. Sa loob lang talaga tayo ng bahay.
Yeah. Like, the houses in New Jersey, New York, talagang, it's so expensive, and then, ang space mo lang kakapiranggot. Kumbaga, yung 500,000-800,000 mo, ganyan lang kaliit. Parang wala lang, nasa train lang kayo sa loob ng train. So anyways, oh my God, ang dami-dami mong ang dami-dami mo pa ring fans until now. Bilib na bilib ako. Can you hear us, Toots? Can you hear us?
Ayan, I'm back. There you go.
Ayan.
My phone, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Sorry, did you ask me a question? I missed everything.
I know. Wala lang, we were praising, like, the weather in California kasi nga you guys have like pretty much all season na medyo mainit, tapos kung winter man, it's not that cold compared to, yung weather namin dito, yung 4 season. We only have pretty much 3 lang na mainit dito sa 3 months na mainit dito sa amin. And then the rest,
I know, and it's hot and humid.
I know, okay. Kaya nga sabi ko, on my next life siguro sa California ako lilipat. Next life talaga.
At saka sinabi rin namin, I mean, you're in quarantine and lockdown, pero nasa pool ka, you're lounging by the pool, the fire pit, the barbecue.
So parang wala rin, di ba? Para ka rin hindi nagka-quarantine this summer. Kasi you can guys do barbecue there. You can, you can dip on the pool and just have fun.
Yeah, but malamigin ako. Actually, my kids, I think yung mga bata iba kasi. I'm more in the jacuzzi. Kailangan ng water temperature ko 98 or 100.
Talaga? Oh my God.
Yeah, that's why pagka kapag ang favorite namin yearly vacation with the family, kailangan tropical country like Caribbean or Philippines. So fortunately, well, not fortunately, 2017, my dad passed away. So we had a reason to come. And I've never gone home since 2005. So that was my first. From 2005, 2018, umuwi kami lahat to bring my dad's ashes. So make long story short, I told my husband, I want to go see the Palawan because I've Palawan. It's such a beautiful island. And then the water, oh my God. And then my Italian father-in-law came with us, but that was like one of the best time of my life. Kasi nga yung water temperature, hindi malamig. Yun ang gusto ko, mainit. Yeah, malamig. For me, malamig din sa, kailangan we have to heat the pool, but kahit i-heat the night before, or a few hours, malamig pa rin sa akin. Because it's never gonna get to 98 degrees. Yeah, it has to be a jacuzzi.
Oo. So, ibig sabihin nun, payat ka, girl. Kasi usually, ang malamigan mga payat. Diba?
In my dreams.
Ano ka ba?
Ayoko na huminga.
Oo nga, parang, ang hirap, grabe. So anyways, okay.
Oh my
So
God.
I'm sure a lot of people are so eager to know. Siyempre, nasa kalagitnaan ka ng ng peak of your career during the, di ba? When did you started in the show business?
I started when I was 4, and then I started paying taxes when I was 9. So that was my first. I had my, the long play.
Yes.
I had my first long play. I was 9 years old, and then until I was an adult, around 25. Yeah, I left at the peak of my career. Looking back, I would not change a thing. I'd rather leave at the peak of my career versus, the opposite. So since we're talking about it, I had, it was a very tough decision for me to do that. But I had to, because number one, my family was already ready to move here in the U.S. I have siblings here. Not many people know that. So there's a total of 6. There's 4 that are already based here. And, my dad's retired. So he was getting ready and coming to the U.S. And my youngest sister, she only has about a year or 2 in college left. And, I kind of already set aside kasi ako nagpaaral sa kanya and myself. So make long story short, I had to make a tough decision. What do I want? Where do I see myself in 10 years?
Okay.
And then at that time, I was actually dating Fil-Am. That was my first husband. So I made a tough decision. Okay, so if my entire family is going to go and pursue my career, I'm going to be there by myself. Which business-wise not really a bad thing, but on the other hand, then I'm not going to be with my family, right?
Okay.
Then I'll be the one who's going to go. And then second reason was at that time, my first boyfriend and my first husband that I was with is based in the U.S. So I was like, so if I don't go with my family, not only I'm losing my family, if you know what I mean, and I'm going to be here in the Philippines by myself, then I'm also going to lose the love of my life at that time. I was already done with college, and I was like, so what else? And at that time, for personal reason, I wasn't just feeling it. And then I made a tough decision. I packed all my bags and I changed my life here in the U.S. So I never looked back. So that was really the reason why everybody thought I was crazy. Like, you're crazy. You're leaving your life here. Yada, yada, yada. But again, if I didn't do that, then I would not be able to see my parents, right? Because now we're all here. And then what? I'm just there by myself. So
wait, your parents are already in the U.S. before you decided to move? Oh.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Me and my dad came together. Yeah. But my other siblings are already here.
Oh.
My sister, my brothers. Yeah.
My God. So walang nobody even tried to from your family tried to stop you from coming here and let go of everything what you have in the Philippines during that time. Especially Tootsie Guevara was a very, well-known name when it comes to singing, right? So none from your family even tried to stop you. Hoy, teka sandali. Stay there muna and then just come to the US, whenever after a few years, in 5-6 more years.
I think I think of that. My mom, I know deep down, we never talked about it, but she really didn't want me to leave my career, right? Because not many people know, only my peers in the industry in showbiz, whenever they see me is equals to my mom. They call my mom Mama Tess.
Okay.
She was kind of like the Annabelle Rama of Rufa,
Oh, really?
But
Okay.
it's buy one, get one. It's always me and my mom. Like
And
we
your mom,
traveled,
yes.
everywhere. Yeah. But at that time, my parents, they knew, okay, you're done with college. You've done enough. You've helped the family.
Mm-mm.
I have a college degree. Now, you've done enough, so it's up to you. Now you're kind of an adult. Particularly my dad, when, that time he was very supportive. And again, at the end of the day, we're all going to be together. That was the plan in the US, and they gave that up to me. So it was a very tough decision, but knowing myself, I'm a risk taker.
Oh, you are?
So
Okay.
I'm a risk taker. I took the leap of faith, and, and if I didn't do that, like I would not have my 13-year-old. He's turning 14 this April. And then if I didn't come here, I would never have this beautiful life and have my Italian husband,
Wow. Oh, ang
not have
guwapo.
been a
Oo.
Mrs. Monaco,
Yeah.
Like,
So wait,
and have,
I know.
right. So, I mean, I think life is a choice, and I think 100 years from now, of course, I'm exaggerating. If I reach to 80s or whatever, if I look back, the cool thing is I lived a double life. I think I've had a Tootsie Guevara life, and then now I got to live my real Emma life, and I have a normal life, normalcy, got married, have a beautiful career, have great, kids, and I'm with my family here. So, but where I was getting at is, it was really a tough decision for me to make, but at that time I had to do it. Yeah.
And Jessy,
Okay, go.
and
Yes.
speaking of, 'di ba, yung double life, and yung trade, yung name mo talaga Tootsie. Ikaw lang yung Tootsie eh.
Oo,
Alam
I
mo
know the
yun?
name Tootsie.
Oo nga.
Yes.
And you said nga, nabasa ko I think your real name is Emma, right?
Emma.
So,
Okay.
saan nyo nakuha yung Tootsie? Yun ba yung Tootsie Roll? Yung candy?
I know, right? The candy Tootsie
I
Roll.
asked
Okay.
my parents. Yeah, I asked my parents. So my mom said, well, my dad's nickname is Totoy. Right?
Oh,
so Filipino.
okay.
Totoy, and my mom's nickname is Tess. And then according to my mom, when she was carrying me, she was wearing, remember the shoes brand Tootsie's Mootsies? There was a shoe brand, Tootsie's Mootsies.
Oh, okay.
And then she was wearing high heels at that time, my mom. And then she just named, well, we want to, you know how Filipinos are. We come up with like weird names like
Tons
Ding
of
Dong,
weird names,
right?
yes,
Bambi.
Lin.
So I fell on one of, I know, thank God I'm not Ling Ling, right? Or Ding Dong. But anyway, so my parents named me Tootsie. So because they want to combine, that's what they told me. They want to combine Totoy and Tess, Tootsie. So yeah, and then when my mom was very resourceful, siya yung nag-introduce sa akin sa entertainment industry. And they're thinking of names. So, Tootsie Guevara is actually my paternal grandmother's name. Andrea Guevara yung lola ko from my dad's side.
Okay.
So yun ang ginamit nila. We actually tried to change it to Emma Guevara when I was kind of blossoming into a young girl. They're like, oh my God, Tootsie, you're like 16 already. You're never going to be Tootsie. But make long story short, I told them, look, nobody's Tootsie in the Philippines. There's only Tootsie, the Dustin Hoffman movie, and
From
Tootsie
the
Roll.
movie,
So
yes.
We're all making money. I get 80%, you get 20.
Exactly.
We're all making money. I'll just, from no boobs to now a little bit of boobs, and I'll take.
There you go. I love that answer.
I mean, Tootsie, I mean, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Exactly, right?
Right, and that's my. They even tried the name Jeline. If you remember Jeline Tootsie Guevara, they were trying to phase out the Tootsie, but I remember
naging Jeline Tootsie ka pala.
Oh my!
During my time, and my best friend's name, she's actually a physician. in Marasigan. She's out in Marikina. So she's a superhero, by the way. I watch her on Facebook. You know, all the healthcare workers, by the way, sidebars and nurses, therapists, even non-licensed people, physicians, PAs, NP. I'm in healthcare as well. You guys are superheroes. So I'm going back, Jeline, yeah, and remember during my time, there's mall shows. They had the banner, Jeline Tootsie Guevara, but the fans still called me Tootsie. Tootsie, Tootsie, Tootsie. And they changed it to Emma. They still call me Tootsie. So that, again, going back, I said, you know what, don't change my name. Let's just stick with Tootsie.
But wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
I mean, is that possible? Let's say, for example, you already made your name, not just with your name, in the other, celebrities, when it comes to celebrities, can you still amend your name? Let's say, for example, you already have that Tootsie Guevara, or let's say Angelina Jolie, and then after a few months or years, can you still amend it, change it, and people will not get confused? Do you think that's possible? Like, is there any
I mean,
celebrity?
Of course, I think it's possible. However, my take on that would be really, it's going to be very tricky and challenging marketing wise.
Yes.
I think if I can think of anybody now, I think if you choose to be Lady Gaga right from the get-go, Lady Gaga chose to be Lady Gaga, and that persona, you have to commit to it. So, but like for me, like I could only speak for myself. They tried it. But as I grew at that time when I was in the entertainment industry, I realized why would I change the brand and the name just because I look much grown now. But if people know me as Tootsie, why change that?
Yeah, why not?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So wait, question. You mentioned earlier that you started when you were 4. Did you ever I'm curious, like how did you start it into entering show business? Imagine you're 4 years old, and of course what you know at that time is just to play, right? Like to just mimic everything that you see on TV.
Saman tissue.
I know. Yes. Ayan na. Like, how did you ended up like in showbiz at the age of 4?
Kasi di ba normally di ba para commercial, di ba mga ganun.
Mga ganun. So how did you ended up like on that path? Like I'm sure a lot of people don't know that story. So tell us what happened.
Yeah. So that's a very good question. So what do you know when you're 4 years old, right? Nothing. You just heavily rely on your mom or your parents. So the story that they told me was at the very early age, like infancy, like I think 3 months, like that young, my parents told me, oh my gosh, like if we play music, you can't even stand up on your crib. Remember the crib yung, ngayon yung mga crib, saucy na, di ba? Yung nakalimutan ko yung, anyway, it's a man-made crib, and they were like, you try to stand up on your crib and try to dance and sing, like at 3 months old. And they were like so amazed, like, oh my God, this child loves music. Like there's something there.
Yeah.
And, my mom stopped working so she can take care of my dad and, be the great housewife and all that and take care of me and my sister. She saw the potential in me. So I feel like she's really the reason why I ended up in show business. And she was very resourceful, like modeling, commercial. Make long story short, I was discovered in Cebu because my dad was a regional at that time in a big corporation. So we traveled in different islands a lot. So we had to move with him.
Okay.
So at that time, he was assigned in Cebu and I was already in grade school, like 7 or 8.
Okay.
No, I think 6 or 7, whatever. Anyway, so then my mom would always enroll me in singing competition. I would always win. And the last competition I was on, I was the youngest contestant. And then I remember my winning piece is Isang Mundo, Isang Awit. Remember that song? Anyway, so I won being 9, and my competition were like 14 years old, 13, 12. And then the rest is history. I was discovered by Viker Records at that time. And I had my first long play. So I really started really young. And then you just reminded me, that's when I said, oh, I need a tissue. Because my current husband knows all my sad and happy stories. I mean, he's my best friend. But I told him that's why I'm living the life I am right now, is because I never had a childhood. And
Wow.
I don't feel sad about that. But at first I was like, oh my God, when I came here, like looking back, especially, you know, conceiving and watching around here, the normalcy of life and all that, like I never had childhood. Even in adult conversations here, "Oh, what did you do? Do you remember in the 80s? And I'm just like quiet in the corner. And then it's my turn.
Oh.
I'm like, hello, people. I'm this Tootsie Guevara. So all I know is a microphone and on stage. And then
Yeah.
I tell my husband, like, looking back, how the hell did I do it all? Because keep in mind, I was never out of school. I have a bachelor's degree. For some people, that doesn't mean anything, but for me, it means the world.
Exactly.
Because
exactly.
I think during my time, rarely the people that I was with, I was the only one in school. Like I remember when I was in that show, That's Entertainment,
Yes.
from 9 to 16 years old. In between sets, I would be in the corner memorizing my math test for tomorrow or my English, you know, at St. Scholastica. And it's an all-girls school, private school. And I think my personality now, that's where I've grabbed my work ethic. So in going back, I'm like in between dance rehearsals or the 3:30 That's Entertainment live show. After that, you know, I go study and then go dance rehearsals. And then we finish like at wee hours and I go home. I'm so tired. And then my mom and the maid will wake me up. I'm this student, Emma, right? 7:30 in the morning. And then before 3 o'clock, we would rush, go from Marikina to Quezon City to be at Broadway Centrum for the live show.
Oh,
So that was my
wow.
life, just home,
Grabe.
school, studio, home,
Grabe,
school.
no?
And then I remember the way I made more income was during election.
Oh,
And
okay.
I remember those days. I don't know now, but
Ah.
those are like in the early 90s. Like whenever there's election, I kind of like it because it's extra income,
And
so I
your
could
money,
save more money,
yes.
right? For rainy days. And, you know, so I would drive all the way to Ilocos. Keep in mind, I have school tomorrow. Like after school,
Wow.
whatever the time of dismissal, my Toyota Hi-Ace van, the driver, my mom and my
Oh,
yaya, we're going to drive all the way to Ilocos at that time or that night, and then we're going to reach the destination at Nueva Ecija like at 9 o'clock at night. And then I'm going to sing, I'm this Tootsie Guevara. And on the way, mind you, either I'm sleeping or I'm studying. Because again, the next morning I have to go to school, right? So that
wow.
was my life. And then I'm done like at 2 o'clock in the morning, for example. And my mom was rushing, come on, dali, dali. Remember in my head, dali, would tell the driver, we got to be in Quezon City at 7 o'clock because the bell rings at 7:30. And then my uniform is
Wow.
inside. I have a, you know, right now it's all like so fancy, right? Before, like I have that, we had to purchase, you know, I got to do my number 1 or 2 in van, right? On the way
Yeah,
home.
exactly. You have
So,
to.
and then you just, you know, like you got to take a shower in that, it's kind of like a built-in RV. And then I would go and then I would wake up, you know, like 5, 6 o'clock because I have a test, you know, once I have a test
Oh
and my
my
mom would be
God.
like, yell at me, alam mo na, alam mo na yung, ano mo, exam mo. Because my mom
Wow.
like trained me to be a type A personality. She's like, you got to be on an honor roll. You got to be first honor. You cannot be, you cannot fail.
Wow.
So I was a very obedient daughter. Like I followed her to the T and I was so scared at her. My family knows this and my friends watching. Like she would smack me even though I'm this celebrity, like famous. She doesn't care. My mom would smack me with her chinelas if
Oh my,
I don't obey.
oh my
If I don't
God.
obey.
Grabe.
So I was like, okay, like I lived through memorization, and my classmate says, well, you're the student that would have 3 colors in the notebook: not green, red, blue, and black, because that's how I operated. Because I have to memorize and then read it over again, and then digest if I understood what I memorized, so I'll be able to remember. So that's how I passed up to college. And I even, during college at St. Paul, that's where I graduated, I did internship before you graduated. My degree is hospitality
Exactly.
industry,
Yeah.
hotel, restaurant management. And then I remember even I was assigned at that time in front desk.
Yes.
And my celebrity friends like Robin Padilla was there checking him in. And then he's like, Tootsie? I was, up to this day, I remember, ano ginagawa mo dito? I said, Emma, trainee.
Oh my God. Alam mo,
Grabe,
You know, like those are the
girl,
fun
parang,
memories.
parang,
Oh my
Sobra.
God.
you were remembering your life. Di pa parang ako yung napagod ngayon na.
Oo nga. Pero alam mo, Tootsie, Emma, Tootsie, ano ba? What do you want us to call you? Emma?
Tootsie.
Call
Toots,
me
okay.
Tootsie.
Toots, I'll call you
Yeah.
Toots. Oh yeah, mas cute. Alam mo, while you were like sharing your story, right? I just realized that of course, like a lot of people always see those celebrities, right? Like especially nowadays, like you feel a lot of people always think like, oh my God, I wish I have her life, right? Like I wish I have this luxury things and everything, but they don't know right behind the scene of what those celebrities really feel deep inside. Plus, it made me realize that your current situation is not really your final destination if you put your 100% effort. Like for example, like because there's a lot of artists, actresses and singers, not just in the Philippines, even here and all over the world, that's what they just want to do. They just want to make sure that I want to concentrate on my career. Like I don't want to concentrate on or prioritize my studies, right? But with you on your part, you made sure that
You did
education, everything, like sobra girl, I swear, number one fan mo ko. I swear, like
Aw.
how did
Wow.
I mean, wow, like imagine what course did you took up? HRM, right?
Hotel, yeah. HRM, Hotel, Restaurant, and Management.
So when you came here in the US, so did you pursue that career or kumbaga nag-venture ka into different route?
I did. So that's a very good question. So when I came here, keep in mind, I used to be, when I was based in the Philippines, I was always here in California for shows, like probably at least 5 times in a year. So at that time, I had these connections, the Filipino producer. So make long story short, I hope he's watching. I should have, his name is Glenn Makayan and Carol. They're a couple.
Okay.
And they're the Makayan family. So they're based in San Francisco, Northern California. So make long story short, when I came here in the U.S., I actually reached out to them and say, hey, I'm already here. And they were like, what? Like here for good? I'm like, yeah. Make long story short, they have a family business. There's 2. They have home health, in-home care. That's a healthcare agency. And then they have real estate. And then Glenn was actually the first one up to this day. I would never forget. He said, I think you can do well in real estate. And I'm like, really? I could see the fire in your eyes.
Oh.
I hope he still remembers that. And that was like my reaction, like, oh. I just grasped onto it. I was so driven because my mindset at that time is, okay, so 2005, I'm an adult. I'm no longer Tootsie Guevara. What am I going to do here? I mean, me singing in the Filipino communities, my mindset was, where do I see myself in 10 years? So in 10 years, should I still be singing, doing this? I said, I don't think this is a stable income, So my mindset was stability and structure. So I grasped onto that and I took, I actually had to study again in Allied Business School for real estate. And I passed it the first time. I was so happy. Like every night I would study and I took the first exam and I passed it with flying colors. And then we moved to Northern California because that's where his brokerage company, and I did real estate. I did really well under his wings. He taught me a lot. And then on top of that, I called his mom and said, Tita Priscilla, that's her name. Oh, ano yan? Ninang tawag ko sa kanya. Make long story short, I told her, I think you need a marketing manager because I see her driving around in the Prius, Toyota Prius, with a Precious Home Companion logo. So I was interested in marketing, Anyway, I was like, when I was in school, I remember when I did my internship in Manila Pen, I was asked by the general manager to be of the sales and marketing department twice. So I was like, there's something there. So maybe I should go in the sales field. So yeah, I just take a leap, and then she hired me, and then I got the first-hand training, and then I got recruited in the senior living, assisted living here, kind of like the hotel. Because here in the U.S., there's many companies, they call it assisted living companies.
Yes.
It's practically like a hotel. The only difference is the clientele there is more geared to geriatric population or elderly people, but there's housekeeping, there's front desk, like a hotel, right? There's,
Yes, exactly.
food service, there's sales department, there's a general manager, everything is the same. And then that's why now, fast forward, I'm currently working in healthcare in a skilled nursing facility as a regional. So I have a few different facilities in every county. So, but in going back, that's how I ended up in sales and in healthcare, just because of that family that saw the potential in me and my initiative and mindset. Again, I think where I'm getting at is I think all of us, everything is possible, right? It's just a mindset.
Yes,
if you wanna set yourself and have a goal, like, okay, where am I gonna be in 30 days? You can start in 30 days.
Exactly.
What would I do to get there in 30 days? So yeah, but that's the story. That's how I landed in healthcare.
So
Parang,
now,
parang
go ahead.
pareho kayo ni Jessy. Alam mo yung mga goal setter and ano ba, 'di ba?
Yeah,
Tapos talaga,
I think
at saka you're very good and eloquent speaker. So I can really see you na talaga magaling ka sa sales eh.
yeah. Hindi kasi I feel like diba? I mean, I feel like now that you mentioned that, I feel like it's all about, you were right. I mean, it's all about the mindset. I feel like you have to set a goal for yourself, right? Like I always think about that. Like how do you see yourself in 10 years from now? Tsaka, do you agree that it doesn't matter what your current status right now? Like, even if I have a lot of friends, like they didn't even finish college, but now they're like multi-millionaires, diba? Because it's up to you how you want to, diba? To you have to be driven, you have to push yourself, and you have to have a timeline, like a due date that at this time I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. But you know what? If it didn't happen, it's okay. And then laging my plan A, B, C, D. I feel like you have that in you. Diba? Kasi parang,
I have to. Yeah, we have to.
Grab.
That's a very good point. And like what you had mentioned, some people don't have, and I see it around as well in my industry. Some people have master's degree, great. And some people have a college degree, great.
Yes.
Some people don't. That's great too. And like just what you said, what I've learned in life, and I'm still learning, I'm still learning every day. And my very close friends know that, like, it's hard, when to be successful, it's not easy. Whatever career you're in, it's a lot of disappointments. You need to fail before you feel success. Like, I'm a believer of that. You can't just, there's a lot of times that you feel like you're losing. And I like to think at the end of the day, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. But being successful is not easy. It's a mindset. And I think, and there are times, especially now with this COVID, these are this is the toughest time for healthcare industry, especially the frontliners, and in management and operations. But we just have to adapt. And, I cried many tears, and I still cry. And I think that's part of being human. Just cry, but get up. And actually, my favorite song is right now, Shake It Up, Shake It Up.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Speaking
Okay.
of like
singing.
Sa pagkabakla ko eh. Oo nga eh, baklang babae. But speaking of singing, do you miss it, or do you still have that? Do you sing at home, or do you receive offers like, dude, can you sing here and there? Because you have a very beautiful voice. So merong ano ba? Do you still have? Are you still active?
Actually, I'm not active, and the reason behind that is my work life, my schedule. It doesn't allow me. Unfortunately, it doesn't allow me to to really dabble into that. I've had calls like, oh, you're going to perform. I think the last performance I did was for the TFC. When TFC calls me that, I don't say no. We went to Texas, and then there was a Canada trip. But here and there, I just can't, because my life revolves, number one, with my kids. I have a 13-year-old, and then I have a 6-year-old. So I have an 8th grader. He's going to be high school. That sounds scary. This coming September or August. And then yung 6 years old ko, magsa-second grade na siya. I'm so fortunate I still have my mom. She actually lives with us. That's why we got this home, that area that's her attached in-laws. She has her own kitchen, whatever. So she has her own space a lot while I'm at work, because my job, I need to be 100% focused. And when I commit, I give it all. And, I need to travel to different buildings, oversee, I need to manage conference calls and all that, and be in different, meetings. And, there's expectations, right? So I need to focus on that. And on weekends, pre-COVID, my 13-year-old, I'm so proud of him. His passion is basketball. I think he's pretty good. I mean, if you're in a club team, you really need to be good, because a club team is a different basketball team to be a part of. So anyway, they have games. That's the life here in the U.S., and True. I've never had that. Again, this is a learning. Yeah, so they're in sports. So for me, it's like, okay, so if I have this weekend and my son has at least 2 games in a day, Saturday, and he has games again Sunday, because if they continue winning, walang katapusan, girl, ang game. Anyway, so
for sure.
Oh my God, kailan matatapos to? Ano, di ba? So, yun. So either that, or I'll miss my time with him, watching him winning while I'm, performing elsewhere. So I'm like, okay, I'd rather give that up versus giving up my, weekend time with my kid. Because by the time I get home late in the afternoon or at night, I'm already wiped out. I think brain dead, like of all the people that I talk to during the day, and then I try to cook as much, as I can. But now, with my job, I'm not able to cook like every day. Usually Fridays lang ang off ko magluto. But now, like rarely, like once a week, we're good. But anyway, so that's kind of like the reason why I'm not really able to be back to active in performing. But I do miss it. I really do. Yeah, so
I'm sure. Kasi nasa dugo mo na ata yan no?
Oo nga,
diba?
and diba, known ka as primarily as a singer, and your big hits. I read I perused your IMDb kanina, and I saw na you did make several films. So, kwento mo naman yung film, yung acting career mo. Do you like acting as well, as much as singing? And what's your favorite movie, what you did and your experience?
So my favorite actually was, I like both. Because I get to, I remember when I was very active in the entertainment industry, I loved doing the soap opera. I was in GMA, kahit kailan. And my mother at that time is Miss Carmi Martin. So I was a villain.
Kasi,
and that was my first.
Ang alam ko na magkahawig kayo eh. So
magkahawig. Actually, I was about to say that. You have like the resembles or Carmi Martin in your face. So pwede talaga kayong mag-ina. Okay, go ahead, girl. Okay, go.
Correct. So yun yung ang saya-saya kasi kaya ako natawa. Kasi nung, alam mo, nasa all-girls school ako, I got really bullied a lot. And me playing a villain, that's why I know, that's why I laugh, because on camera, I'm just like villain, like, bad girl, mean girl, trying to slap, whatever, a woman. And trying to steal someone's boyfriend, which is totally like the opposite of me. And I get to play that role. And I think I'll never forget that up to this day that I was able to do that. And then I love singing as well. And the funny part in looking back, the comments that I get a lot when I was performing is I was so quiet, like during rehearsal and all that. And then once I put on the makeup and the big hair and the costumes and all that, I'm this different person, on stage. So I think a lot of performers are like that. when you're on stage, you have to act bigger, right? Especially depends on how many people. If you're a huge auditorium, you can't just stand there and your movements like this.
Exactly.
So you have
Girl,
to.
ganyan si Beyonce.
Yeah.
Pareho kayo ni Beyonce.
Oo nga. Pero wait, di ba? Pero wait, speaking of ano ha, you mentioned earlier that you were bullied a lot. What do you, I mean, I know because I've been hearing, like I have a few friends that, like, like who's used to be in the showbiz industry. They have the same story. Like, tell us your story. What do you mean, like you were bullied a lot during
Dahil ba
your
artista ka, no?
the
O may
artista
connection
ka?
ba?
Are they inggit ba silang lahat? So, tell us the story.
So I think looking back, at that time I didn't quite understand, but now as an adult and, I have now a normal life. I think at that time, I really don't know because I don't have their mentality, but all I could say is, like, give you an example. When I was in St. Paul, there's actually in that school, there's actually a lot of privileged kids that are there. And that's great. And I was different. I think that's why in terms of, I didn't had more opportunity to spend time more with my friends. I just couldn't. It's not that because I don't want to, because I can't. Like, give you an example. Even up to this day, Riza is one of my close friends, and she's based here. She lives about 15 minutes away, and we had to get together, recently. And she said, "Oh yeah, you would come to school 7:30 with your hair wet, no makeup. St. Paul uniform. They're very strict. They actually measure your skirt has to be 2 inches below your knees. So I'm from head to toe. I'm perfect. And then around 11:30, I would remember I have a Nextel. Remember those Nextel cell phone /
the big one.
walkie-talkie?
Yes.
I remember to the day in my St. Paul friends, my mom would yell, Tootsie! Oh my God, I forgot to turn it off, or it was at a very high, and I was so embarrassed. And dalian mo, lumabas ka na sa gate. Because I have a guesting like yung show ni Chris Aquino at that time, yung kasikatan ng Kaba. And then with my hand gestures na gano'n, di ba? So, mamadali ako sa gate, and then gagawin ko yung hair and makeup ko in the car, and then I dress as the Tootsie Guevara, and then bam, interview or guesting. And then mamadali na naman ako sa car, balik na naman ako sa school.
Oh, wow.
Naka-full done. I know, naka-uniform na ako, and then I remember at 1 o'clock, papasok ako, di ba? Just in time. I just made it in time after lunch class. Minsan, 1 minute late. Magsisneak in ako. Tapos yung mga kaibigan ko, yung mga talagang studious friends ko, they know, but the other, they're like, what the heck? Yung ganong reaction. But I mean, I get it. Like, I would probably be on their side too. Like, what the heck happened to her this morning? She didn't have makeup. And now, like,
and all of a sudden, but may makeup ka na. Yes.
Because I don't have time to remove it, so I might as well. So, minsan, pagka nasa classroom, pasimple, tatanggalin isa-isa.
Isa-isa.
Yung Tapos, noon pa, mahilig ako sa acrylic nails. Ngayon, dito, gel, di ba?
Oo nga
HRM, bawal. Nako, Mrs. Bialo, kung nanonood ka, yung mga klase gagawin niya, perfect score ako except my nails. Ayoko tanggalin kasi ako nga si Tootsie Guevara, di ba? Kasi may show ako mamaya. Kalandian yung mga...
Okay.
But, yeah, so in going back to bullying, I think most of them just didn't get it, but my core, I have a few friends, and when I went to the Philippines, for so many years, I was so glad to be able to see them. And, we kind of reminisced, and those people truly get it, because I think they gave me an opportunity to get to know me.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then now looking back, I don't blame those, girls. They just didn't understand,
They're probably fat right now.
That's why now.
They're probably fat. Hindi kasi alam mo, sa totoo lang, I'll be honest with you. I feel like, not just in the Philippines, like I think all over the world, those like, di ba meron sa mga mean girls sa grades, especially during high school, di ba? Especially high school. Because especially if you're like studying, because I studied in an all-girls school as well. I feel like usually if not just because of we studied in all-girls school, even like yung other of some of my classmates or my friends who studied in a, like a school that has a well-off and privileged kids, right? Compared to, like UP, diba? Parang, wow, you're privileged to get accepted in University of the Philippines kasi you're smart. But of course, you classmates are like people from different walks of life. It doesn't matter matalino. I mean, they're rich or they're poor or middle class. It doesn't matter. But I feel like yung mga nasa privileged schools na you have classmates na who came from the privileged family, right? Paano ba to? They have this notion that ang baduy artista. I noticed that. And I feel like, oh my God, I don't want to watch that because baduy. But deep inside, guess what? They still watch it.
They
exactly.
Want the fame too.
They still watch you guys. They still know all the songs because they hear it anywhere they go. Not just in the ito. Even if they try to pretend that, oh, I don't know that, blah, 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 but they hear it anywhere. Like, for example, your song. I'm sure their yayas or their kasambahay, their maids are listening to that. Or, diba, their drivers are reading the Abante at that time, the news.
Abante talaga?
No, because during that time, there's no social media. And their only means of and the only means of entertainment is by just reading the newspaper, right?
Yeah.
And the magazines.
TV or the radio.
TV and the radio. So, feeling ko, most of those kids during that time, they're just like, and they envy because of your fame. But at the same time, they don't want to admit it to themselves. Like, excuse me, mas maganda ako dyan.
Yung mga hater na buhay. Buhay pa rin sila hanggang ngayon. Mga
Oo,
hater.
nag-a-apply to until now, What about now? Do you still have haters or bashers? Na now that you're still beautiful.
I can't imagine. Meron ba?
For sure. Kasi ito look at you. You're beautiful. I mean,
you're successful. You're rich.
Successful.
I
mean, you have a beautiful family. I mean, no, seriously, you're still beautiful. I mean, you're still beautiful. You're successful. At the moment, you're very humble as well.
Doctor mo.
Oo. Hindi, you're very humble as well. And you have this aura na malakas yung dating mo eh. Meron ka talagang swag eh. Like you have this aura that the moment you walk into a room, everyone will notice you.
The confidence.
Yeah, the confidence is oozing. So do you still have that? Do you still get it? Like from other people that like, oh my God, ano ba yan? Do you still have that? Because I feel like majority ng mga stand out, the more you stand out, even if you're not doing anything, even if you're in the corner, just not doing anything, you enter the room, you're just in the corner, you're just on your own, not doing anything. It doesn't matter, girl. They still notice you and try to talk shit about you, even if they don't know you. So my question is, do you still feel that meron ka pa bang ganung mga sarap-saksakin? Do you still have those? I'm sure.
That's normal. That's normal in life. And I feel now that I'm part of a leadership, I'm always conscious of that. And I actually use that. If I don't like that feeling, I'm always mindful. The way I talk to people, deal with them and all that good stuff. So, but now I have a team of people and again, I'm always mindful in terms of, I don't want them to feel, how about this, that, oh, I'm better than you, because I don't like that. Like, so where I'm getting at is what I've learned from people, I actually grasp on the things that I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yes,
if I have 10 things that I don't like, I turn it into a positive way. And my approach to my team or to the people is, okay, if I didn't like how that person treated me, how would I go around that? And what did I learn from that I could apply towards other people, Mm-hmm. It's hard, sometimes, because sometimes you're like, oh my God, like this B or this, whatever you call it, but that's
you can say the whole word. This is online.
Yes,
the whole
okay,
word.
like, no holds bar, bitch.
You just, I know. You just exhale.
Bitch.
Beauty,
The beauty.
You just exhale. But for me, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, if that makes you happy, then go for it. you know, right? That's all. Like, I mean, no matter what you and I or all of us do, I mean, there's really no point. If that's how people's mentality are, then you can't change that. But I always say, what you can change and what you can only control is yourself, and how you're going to deal with that, and what you learn from that, and how you're going to go around and live your life with, you know, because every industry, whether it's entertainment or politics, right, or everywhere, there's always going to be bashers, especially now with the social media. It's so easy to spread negativity. I know. So I actually feel so bad for the celebrities now, just compared to my time. Before, there's no Facebook, there's no Friendster, there's no Instagram. If you're wearing a mixed match, you know, outfit, you can only find yourself a month later in a magazine and they're bashing you, you know, there. But now it's like all over, whether
seconds, right? YouTube. Like seconds.
It's very invasive, di ba? Ano ba yan? You felt cute, pero yung mga keyboard warriors, they will always have something to say.
Kasi before, di ba, parang yung iba pa nga very discreet, di ba? Yung mga, during your time, like, before social media existed, di ba? Discreet pa sila na, itago na natin sa pangalan na TS. Yung mga ganon, di ba? Tipong, tapos, what do you call that? Yung mga, paano nila na, they will not say it.
Blind
items. They will not, like, bluntly say your name, but yung mga hints is like, oh shit, ako ata yan? Ako ba yun? Diba? Pero ngayon, they don't care.
And speaking of social media, pansinin natin yung mga fans natin and friends, OAGOT and Miss Tootsie Guevara.
Ang madami ba?
Yes, ang dami, sobra.
May nag-comment dito si Miss Rochelle Polintan. I'm not sure if you know her. Sabi niya, beautiful inside and out. Stay safe, Tootsie. Sabi niya, hi, Mama Tess daw.
Yes. Meron pa nga Tootsie is a good example sa mga kabataan nun. Sa murang edad niya nun, siya ang nagpapaaral sa younger sister niya na si Tini. Remember that Toots?
Tiny
from Realor Lat? Oh my God.
Si Tita Ria. Hi, Tita Ria.
Oh my God. Imagine,
madami kong kaibigan.
Madami ka pa rin, talaga, no? Marami ka pa rin fans. But, okay, speaking of, like, madami ka pa rin fans, did you ever, like, had that experience, like, since you're Tootsie Guevara, you know, like, a lot of Filipinos in the Philippines, not a lot, like, as in 99% in the Philippines knows you during that time, na growing up, tapos you move here. Do you ever think, like, because you're a celebrity, it became, like, you know, like your weapon, you know, like for you to, instead of like growing, climbing the ladder, you didn't have that much, you know, mga hardship or adversities that you've been through because of the name of Tootsie Guevara. Yung ang daming perks na, you know, like positive perks na they're giving it to you. They've been giving it to you. Like if you apply for a job or, uy, ay si Tootsie, sige, go na yan. Did you ever had that experience na parang, and aside from that, did you take advantage of it?
Of course he did.
Actually, I wish it was that easy. Actually,
okay.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Since I totally changed my life, no, it's actually the opposite. I had to prove my worth even up to this day, because we have to keep in mind I'm not this Tootsie Guevara here. I'm Emma Monaco. So in an entertainment profession, you know, I really have to focus and learn my craft, and that's why, you know, people ask me even at the very, like, how come you don't do shows anymore? Like, oh my gosh, you know, because they don't understand the career that I chose. Like, I really need to focus if I want to be the best and that I could be in my job, the career that I chose right now. I need to focus because I need to prove myself every single day. And I think, you know, my husband would tell this. My husband knows me very well. I'm a type A personality, whether I like it or not. And I always like the feeling of winning. And I'm a perfectionist. So I've embraced that. That's who I am. So every single day here in my life here, I'm Emma.
Yes.
But on the flip side of that, since I'm in healthcare industry, a lot of Filipinos are in healthcare. That's super cool.
Yes.
So like in fact, in one of my buildings in San Diego, just last Christmas, you know, the director of nursing there asked me, "Uy, kanta ka naman." Without a doubt, I sang, you know, at their Christmas party, and they were so happy. The Filipino, I mean, not all the staff there are Filipino, but you know, there's a few members and other staff members. So if they do ask me, I do sing for them, you know, if that makes them happy. And that's kind of cool too, as part of camaraderie at work. But then I just share you, years ago, early on in my healthcare career, I was at the hospital with a hospital CEO. Obviously, they're non-Filipino, and the VP, and at that time, my boss. And my boss knows because, of course, in the facility that I was working for, the coworkers knows me as Tootsie. So make long story short, we were having a meeting. We were walking through the hospitals. He was showing us around, and then elevator opened. We were there. We got out, and I'm in my professional suit. And the nurse at the nurse's station, they know me because And then the moment they open the door, "Oh my gosh, can we have a picture with you?" And these are tall executive people from the hospital. And I was like, "Excuse me." And they're like, "Selfie," yung mga ganon, nakakatuwa. And then they were like looking at me, I'm like, "Who the heck is it? Like, what the heck are they doing?"
What the heck?
Like that.
Yeah.
Who is she?
That was
Oh
pretty
my
funny. And then my boss at that time was laughing. He's so tall. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, do you know she's a famous celebrity in the Philippines? And I turned red and I thank you. Oh, I didn't know that. So that was just kind of funny. And then I had to be back to my business mode.
To be like, okay, I have to go back to oh, wow. Ang galing. Pero,
I need to focus.
Parang, teka, sandali. Ito na. Pero wait, since you mentioned that you've been singing, di ba? From yung mga different mga Christmas parties, di ba? Sa Filipino community, especially sa work mo. Can you give us at least
Ayan na.
any song that you wanna feel like singing? Yung mga pinasikat mo nasa Pilipinas. Isa, dalawa, gusto mong i-mix. It's
lahat
up to you.
Yung buong album.
Oh,
ano ba?
Imagine, buong album, girl. Okay, Toots, go.
Siyempre,
yes, go.
I'm sure yung kabayan. Teka lang, kailangan natin mag-mute muna, Jessy, para maganda yung malinaw yung...
Oo, kailangan naming mag-mute.
Okay, mag-mute kami ngayon, ha?
Game. Siguro alam mo na, alam mo, I was about to text you earlier na, "Uy, beautiful, papakantahin kita ha." Pero I don't think kasi maganda na yung boses mo eh. So anytime.
Sige.
Ay, ganon. Sige.
Okay.
Tingnan natin.
Okay, go.
Mag-mute na ako. Jessy, mag-mute ka.
Okay, mag-mute ako ngayon.
Okay, go girl.
Go, girl.
O, diba? Di makatulog sa gabi sa kaiisip. Sa diwa ko'y ikaw ang aking panaginip. O bakit pa ikaw ang siyang laging laman ng isip ko? Sa bawat sandali ay nais kang makita. Kapag tumiting na sa akin ay ligaya. Anong hiwaga ang nadarama? Anong kaba? Kaba. Ano pa ba?
Okay, isa pa.
Oh my God!
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, yung song na yan, as in, wala na. Kumbaga,
wala, national anthem din yung song mo talaga. Grabe yan.
Wait, speaking of that, do you get credit? I mean, kasi dito sa US, di ba? Like, if royalties na, if for example, like, one popular singer or a movie use your song, do you get at least royalty about it? I mean, with that, like, do you make money? Diba? Dapat?
You know, I used to get, speaking of that, maybe I should call Star Records.
Yes! You have to.
No, I think because that's pre iTunes and all that. I don't know. I really don't know the law, but I'm pretty sure Tito Benny and the composers, they should. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the Philippine law is, but my answer is, as of this time, I'm I'm not,
I think
I don't
Jessy
have,
yung writers ng song yata ang may royalty, hindi yung
No, hindi
singer.
ng writers.
Yeah.
No. No,
Ay, hindi
it's
ko
not
alam
just the
eh.
writer, including the person who sang it. Yes.
Tinan mo, hindi niya kasi
Kaso yaman na
kailangan.
naman ito eh.
Oh,
Barya lang
pakialam
sa'yo.
siya, pakialam doon sa
Ibigay mo na
ano.
lang yun sa mga composer. Kung sino. Ibigay. Mayaman ka na kasi, girl. Ano ba? Kaya gano'n. Teka, sa
Ganon.
Oo, may mga few questions
Ang sarap
kami kasi I
pakinggan.
know it's, imagine 1
Naman.
hour na tayo, pero ang saya, no?
Oh
Nag-enjoy
my
ka ba?
God.
Nag-enjoy ka? Saya,
Oo,
no?
sobra.
Parang hindi tayo,
Oo.
parang nasa ano lang tayo, kitchen
We
table
love,
na nagkukwentuhan.
we love talking to you. You're so humble and
oo.
inspirational. Alam mo yan.
Exactly. Alam mo, grabe. I've learned a lot from you. I swear. I've learned a lot from you. There's very few people that I admire whenever they talk, and you're one of them. Sobra.
Salamat.
Grabe.
Appreciate
Pero,
it.
Yes, bago tayo no, sabi yung aming director sandali, 1 hour na. May 2-3 muna akong question. How did you meet your husband? Ay, teka, before how did you meet your husband? Is there any celebrities in the Philippines?
Ayan, chismis
sa'yo?
tayo.
Chismis tayo, dali! So, meron.
Na, celebrities na
Nasa Pilipinas.
Sa Philippines?
Na tipo, oo. Na
May
tipo,
dinate ka ba?
May dinate ka ba? Or nanligaw sa'yo na tipo?
wala eh.
Ay,
Alam mo, nanay ko, sasabunutan ko. Hindi ako nakapaglandi.
Hindi ka naman girl.
Very
Tita
strict
naman.
My
naman.
mom is
Work,
so strict.
aral.
I know.
Oh my God.
Wala.
Uy, di ba-
Saka
o
my
crush na
mom
lang.
was so strict.
O crush, at least
Ha?
may crush
O,
ka,
sino
di ba?
pinaka-crush mo?
Sino kang pinaka-crush mo nun?
Alam mo, at that time, siguro crush ba yun? Every time na si Piolo Pascual, noon pa kasi nag-rap yan eh. And then, nung sa ABS,
Si Piolo, no? Oo.
Oo. Sabi ko, ang gwapo talaga nitong si Piolong to. But, I just admire his beauty, but I didn't, sayang nga, wala ako na date ng mga, artista.
Na artista kasi tita Oo.
No, my mom is so strict, yeah. But there was here and there, like, I'm not gonna, there was just one almost, but I was like, I just couldn't because my mom is so strict. There's just no way.
Plus, ang kwento mo kanina talaga, grabe. Parang, where will you find time to date, di ba? Parang school, okay, aral, in the middle of your, imagine mo, lunch break mo, kailangan mo mag-guesting. Oh my God. Pero what about when you arrive in the US? Sino yung mga naging I'm sure. And how did you meet your guwapo na husband?
So my husband, I actually met him through my brother. They were classmates in high school here in Tustin, California.
Okay.
So, and he told me, I hear from Anthony, my brother's name. Yeah, Anthony always says, I have this famous singer, blah, 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 in the Philippines. But at that time, actually, we were in one home with my brother and his ex-wife and my ex-husband. At a party at least probably 2 times, but we weren't formally introduced. And then one day, sometime in 2010, my brother and I had the opportunity to bond. Like every other weekend, we would hang out. I would drive down to LA, because he was single and I was single at that time. And then, I just met him there one night at the bar with my brother. All my brother's friends stood him up, and Mike, my husband, came like super late, and then the rest is history. Sabi ko, well, because you thought I was cute.
Totoo naman talaga kasi.
Oo naman, may karapatan ka naman sabihin
May
yun.
karapatan naman kasi. And how many kids do you have right now?
I have 2. I have 2 kids.
And do you have plans of, like having 2, 3 more kids?
No more.
That's it, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Pero wait, what about of course, I'm sure meron ba sa mga kids mo na at least na inherit yung your passion for singing? Did you ever see them meron silang mga artistic na
gusto
mag-show?
Look,
Did you ever,
mommy, I can do this.
I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, she got it from me. Your kids are doing it right now? Do they have?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My 13-year-old, I think he's a pretty talented kid. Not only he's a smart kid, and I'm not saying that because he's my son. As a mom, not only he's good in sports, but he actually has musical capabilities, but he doesn't want to pursue it because he can be shy, but he's great in dancing. He can be a stand-up comedian. He's such a joker. He can actually sing, and he used to actually play the guitar, but then he stopped. And then my 6-year-old, he's an artist. You could tell he loves to draw. He's he can be emotional. I'm like, I wonder where he got that from. Yes. But both of them have their own artistic capabilities. So definitely they got it from me.
Will you let them, just in case, let's say at the age of 18, like 20, and they decided to, Mom, I want to enter showbiz.
I want to join American Idol.
Yeah, will you let them?
Sure.
Oh, wow.
I will.
But you'll be a stage mom. just like your mom.
Baka mas strict ka pa, girl. Tingnan mo. Baka magulat ka.
I know, right?
Oh my.
Exactly. Oh my God. No. Oh my God. That would be a nightmare. But no, I told them, look, even at this early on, I tell them, you know what, do what makes you happy. Yes. As long as all I ask is you finish your education and then you can do whatever you want. But what I've learned, with mine is if you're happy on what you do, then you're going to be successful if you enjoy what you're doing. Because if you think it's work, like it's a pain and you're not enjoying it, then
exactly.
It's not worth it. And that would make me sad. If my son tells me, Mom, I wanna apply, I wanna go to American Idol, or I auditioned, I would feel hurt if they hid it from me. I want them to be like, Mom, I want to be an actor. In fact, my 6-year-old, we just had that talk a couple of nights ago with me and my husband. Because I was curious, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, I want to know what the 6-year-old mind is thinking. I want to be an actor. And I was like, do you know what an actor is? And he said, no. I was like, then why do you want to be an actor? And I explained. And then he's like, then I don't want to be an actor anymore.
Oh, do you show your old videos?
That was funny.
Do you show your old videos or
pictures
to your kids?
I do. They have it because in the house I actually have my awards kind of like that's Mom. Oh my God, they've heard it many times, but I think in their young minds right now it comes to the right ear and goes to the left. But they always hear from me. Let's say my son would complain about, oh my God, whatever, complaining about whatever it is under the sun, and then I would say, okay, well then why don't we switch? I'll go back to be an 8th grader. And you go to work and you pay the bills. And the shoes that you're wearing is how much? Oh, and the sports, by the way, is how much is it per month? Oh, and by the way, your laptop.
Exactly.
What else? Like, I was talagang kinakwenta ko, no?
Oh,
and oh my God, they're all there. But, I instill in them, money doesn't grow on trees. It doesn't fall in the sky. You have to work hard for it.
Yes.
And, exactly. So, ayun. Yun ang mga drama.
Grabe, no? Alam mo, like for an hour and wow, an hour and a half na tayo. We've learned a lot from you. I mean, now that we know na the Tootsie Guevara that we admired during that time, the late 90s, during the early 2000s, it's not just beauty, diba? And has a beautiful voice. You also have a wow. Talagang matalino ka, girl. May brain ka din.
Tama, girl.
And very, it's very, very few people that, that has that qualities. And you have it. And we are so proud talaga. It's an honor. Like, for having,
Thank you.
At least, i-grant mo yung at least an hour and a half mo to
Thank you
spend time with us.
For going on this nostalgia train with us.
Exactly. So, do you have any...
Fun. Thank you so much Marie. Thank you so much for sharing my podcast.
Marie just joined and Marie saying hi,
si Marie.
Emma.
Hi, Marie. Okay, so
now I have 2 BFFs there in New York. Do you know that my grandma lives in New York? And my Tita Raquel.
Oh my
and my
God.
Lola Juanita.
Hi, Tita Raquel.
So they're out there in New York.
Oy, once na okay,
pagkatapos nitong gulo na to, ha?
We will go out and then bibisitahin ka namin. We'll show us around
inom
California.
Tayo, ha?
And then, pag ikaw naman ang nagpunta dito and we will show around. I promise I'll take a day off for you and Marie. Promise yan.
Dito kayo magstay sa bahay.
Ay, oo, talaga mag-swim
diba?
tayo dyan.
Ay, nako.
Oh my God.
Ganda, talagang tinurn on na ng sige,
Talaga, ang ganda.
tinurn on na proud ako sa husband ko. Siya ang naggawa ng kabana. Tinurn
Oo
on
nga.
niya yung
Swerte mo.
yung
Uy, may
ilaw.
kapatid ba yan? Or ano ba, pinsan? Katulad?
Di ba?
O, di ba?
Patay na ata sa Italy.
Oo nga, naman.
Oh my God.
Wala
Taga-Italy.
na. Ano mo na, kung mga kinip
Oh
mo na,
my
siya na lang. Grabe.
Oh
Wait,
my
give us
God.
naman, before we end it, kasi nga, gumagano na siya, uy, baka we're taking too much of your time. Can you give us, like a message to everyone with, the people all over the world that
Yung ngayong
in
pinagdadaanan
quarantine
natin,
right now
oo.
and what they're going through. And, if you're part of actually, even if you're the regional marketing director, but at least you're in the healthcare, can you give everyone, the viewers and the listeners, an advice? Yung mga messages, yung mga matatalinong quote ni Miss Tootsie Guevara, ni Emma Monaco. Yes, give us your thoughts about it. Yes.
So, if I can just share something is, for the health. Well, I'm going to start with the healthcare workers, for the frontliners. I truly appreciate each one of you. I appreciate you. You guys are lifesavers because you're always there when we need you. You're risking your own life in exchange of taking care of this very, very ill, sick patient. But I think my message to everyone, to each one of us, is no matter what it is, no matter what's going on in our world right now, I think it's important that we need to be kind to each other.
Yes, that's true.
And what I've learned is it's be kind. Like, what does that mean, right? But I feel like it's so easy for all of us to stay away from that because of whatever personal, selfish reasons as human beings. But I think if I could just say something, please be kind. Just, be kind. And let's not work against each other, but we need to work together. Because at the end of the day, good must win. That's all I could say. The good should win. Cheers.
That's a very powerful message. I swear it is. Kindness is everything, right? Like, wow. I mean, seriously, I wish everyone would apply it like to my life, to everyone's life, diba? Galing, grabe, nabilib ako sa'yo. Fan mo na talaga ako, girl.
Ako mas naging fan pa ako.
Mas naging fan mo talaga. Ice in. Talagang,
fan ako ngayon, fan ako ng Tootsie, mas fan din ako ng
mas
Emma.
Mas fan talaga kami. Grabe, ng Emma. I love the Tootsie and the Emma. O, diba? Grabe, thank you so much, girl.
Thank you, girl.
I hope, let's always keep in touch with Marie.
For sure.
Kailangan talagang mag-chikahan tayo. At nagluluto ka ba? Nagluluto ka?
Oo, hindi ngayong gabi, wala nang pagkain.
I know, diba? Kakaloka. Mag-FaceTime tayo nila Marie ni JCAS, diba? And then I hope like Angel Ram wants
Kasi tatlo kami.
She's a singer too. Oo. So, she's a very popular singer dito, especially sa East Coast. Actually, siya yung nag-open ng kay Pacquiao last year. Siya yung kumanta ng national anthem.
Wow.
Ano siya, she's a fan of yours. Kaso nga lang, she's sick right now. She's also a frontliner.
Frontliner siya, oo.
So, sick. She's sick right now. So, we're praying for her. Na, I hope, diba? I hope it's not like something big, like something serious. So, yun lang po. My God. Thank you so much, Miss Beautiful. Tootsie Guevara. Okay. And guys, okay? Like, thank you so much for tuning in. And, let's cheers, guys. And this is over.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you for watching. Bye, guys. Message kita,
good morning.
Thank you. Hi, Marie.
Good night, good morning.
Good night, good morning. Ciao. Mwah, mwah. Bye. Okay, go.